Did you check out part one? Did you check out part one of anxiety and purpose? Because this video is part two. Part one, I shared with you how different habits that connect with anxiety can stop you from going after your passion and your purpose. So if you are someone who is finding yourself feeling really anxious about moving forward and going after that dream, go after that vision, and want to understand why or understand how to overcome that, make sure you check out part one where I go into the habits that may be blocking you. Today, we're going to be talking about how to overcome the anxiety so you no longer find yourself hesitant or procrastinate or avoiding your dream, your vision. You start living your best life as your best self unapologetically. Let's go. Welcome to Speak Life Transformation TV YouTube channel. My name is Natasha Bryant. I am your host. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to part two of anxiety and purpose. Before we start the conversation, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is all about mental health and wellness, giving you the tips and strategies to live your best life as your best self unapologetically. You will not be disappointed in learning all the tools because you'll get all the tools on how to grow within your personal healing journey. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, make sure you share this video. Now let's get right into the conversation. So today we're in part two. Part two is all about the strategies. So part one was explaining how anxiety can show up, right? What does it look like when you are finding yourself becoming anxious when it's time for you to pursue that dream, pursue that goal, whether it's building a business, expanding your business, whether it's, taking a promotion, asking for a promotion, whether it's ending a relationship, whatever it is, whatever it is that you need to do, that you know you need to do, that you want to do, that dream, writing that book, if it's, starting that bakery, sharing those recipes, going live on social media, whatever it is, right? If you find yourself being hesitant and procrastinating or avoiding all of that, part one talks about why, helps you understand more like what's showing up for you. Today, we're going to talk about how. So first things first, and I mentioned this at the previous video about accepting things you cannot control. This is so important because anxiety, the way we respond with anxiety is to try to control your environment. Because the main reason why you're feeling anxious in the first place is you don't feel in control. That's why future thoughts thoughts about the future cause anxiety, because we don't have any control of the future. We can have an idea of what may happen. We can have plans for what we want to happen, but there's no guarantee that it's definitely going to happen, right? And that can cause a lot of anxiety. That the unknown is real. The anxiety about the unknown is real. And so in those moments, it can cause you to feel out of control. And the way you try to take back the control is to try to control what you think you have control over, right? Most of the time, the things we're trying to control when we're feeling anxious are things we actually don't have control over, which is why we feel even more anxious. We get frustrated. We feel how we have moments of hopelessness because nothing's really changing the way we're expecting it to change based on the amount of output, the amount of energy we're putting in to the situation because we don't have control over that. We don't have the ability to change what we're trying to change. So the first thing is taking a step back and accepting and being real with yourself about what you actually don't have control over. Let it go and shift that energy to focus on things you actually do have control over, which is like what I always say is 100% of the time, just you and how you respond. So focus on not trying to control people, not trying to control or change your environment, the parts of your environment you don't have a control over, but focus on how am I going to respond to my environment. Focus on how I'm going to manage my own emotions. Focus on what I'm planning on doing next, right? Second one, keep feelings as emotions and opinions as thoughts. One reason why you may not be pursuing your purpose or your passion is because Someone said something about your idea and caused you to believe it wasn't a good idea anymore. Someone said something about you, your past mistakes, something you've done in the past, or where you're at now, and it caused you to start to doubt that you even can do this thing. Or it might have been your feelings. You're feeling scared, you're feeling nervous, you're feeling inadequate, and therefore it's facts. I am inadequate. I am a failure, right? And then you end up making these feelings facts, or you make the opinions of what somebody else is saying about your abilities facts, but they're not facts about the situation. They are just thoughts and emotions. And when you make someone's thoughts and you make someone else's emotions or your emotions facts, or you make your own thoughts facts, then it causes you to have this skewed perception of the reality of what is the truth. So recognize your feelings. I'm feeling really nervous. I've never done this before. I'm feeling really anxious, or this person said that. It may or may not be true. It's something I might consider. I may not consider. I don't know. But you keep it as that. And you use what's the facts about your actual situation as the truth, as the evidence of what you can do, as the evidence of what you do want for yourself. And allow that to be the truth. The third one, trust your ability to be resilient. You may not be chasing after your purpose because you have this anxious thought that if I fail, I'm not going to be able to get back up. Or if I start, I'm not going to be able to keep going. If it gets hard or something gets in the way, I get distracted, I'm not going to be able to get back on track. And you're already doubting your ability to be able to keep going. You're already doubting your ability to be able to get back up. Trust in your ability to be resilient. You might be saying, Natasha, how am I going to do that? Well, think back. Think back to times where you were resilient, because I'm sure, because life has never been perfect for anybody. I'm sure there have been some downs and you found your way up in your life. I'm sure there's parts of your story where you fell and didn't think you were ever going to get back up. You failed and you didn't think you were ever going to be able to try again. And you did it anyway. And you came out on top. And maybe you didn't come out the way you wanted to, but you still came out on top. You still got up and kept going. So go back to those times where you really did brush it off and kept going, where you really did, pick yourself up and try it again. Because those moments is what's going to help you to keep going when things get hard, when things don't start going the way you want them to go, or things have been really successful, you're showing success, and then bam, you hit a roadblock, and now you don't even know which way to go. Use the resiliency that's already built in within you to figure out a solution and keep going. And lastly, speak life and not death into your future. Anxiety will cause you to start assuming the worst. Anxiety will start causing you to only focus on the negative, where you start dwelling on the negative. Anxiety can cause you to start rejecting the positive, where there are positive things happening, but you're just rejecting it because you're like, well, I mean, that's positive things happening, but there's still these negative things happening, so it doesn't count. Anxiety will cause you start to overgeneralize. So one mistake becomes the definition of who you are as a person all together, or what you're capable of doing, right? Anxiety can cause you to start comparing all these things that then lead you to speaking death about your future. And when I say death, I mean there's this like nightmare, negative story that you are creating about what's the possibilities of your future, what's actually going to happen, or what could possibly happen, or what's going to look like. And then, of course, who wants to go towards something that looks doom and gloom? Nobody. So then that's when the hesitation comes in, or the avoidance comes in, and then you don't even pursue your passion anymore or ever. But when you start speaking life, right? And speaking life doesn't just mean you're saying all these positive things, like there is no negative outcomes happening, or there will ever be any challenges that you're going to face. No, speaking life just means that even in spite of any challenges, right, there are possibilities, there are opportunities, and there is hope. That's what speaking life does. It's like, yes, even though I may face this challenge, I still have this opportunity. I still have this possibility. This possibility is still is still a possible is a possibility, right? This outcome I'm so really hopeful about, right? Changes your whole narrative. And as you can see, it's not that you're ignoring that challenges may happen, but it's you recognizing that even if they do, I'm resilient and I'll be okay. Even if they do, I'm not going to focus on things I can't control. I'm only going to focus on things that I can control. And even if I do face a challenge, I am not going to make anybody's thoughts or feelings or my thoughts or my feelings facts about my situation. I'm going to allow myself to be open, honest, and real about what's really going on within my situation in my life. That's what speaking life does. So think about all those things and choose one. I mean, you could do them all, but if that's overwhelming for you, choose one. Choose one strategy that you're going to try so that you can start pursuing your dream. You're no longer sitting on it. You're no longer allowing it to just sit and collect dust on that someday maybe shelf. You're taking it off the shelf so that you can bring it from a dream to a reality and start really living and creating the life that you truly want to live. Because there's no best time than the present, as they say. There's no better time than the present. So again, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Do not miss another video that I may drop that's going to help you really pursue your dreams with confidence, with an unshakable, undefeated, confident mindset. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss those videos. Like, share this video, comment below. Share below, actually, with which one are you going to try? Which one are you going to try? I would love to hear how and what you decide to do next to help you really go after your passion, your dream, and your big idea. Watch other previous videos so that you can continue to grow. And as always, make sure you be safe, be bold, and speak life.